Yo, 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 yo. What's good, YouTube? Y'all already know, man. It's your boy LeRon, Female Rap Elite. I'm back with another video upload. So, look, if you're new to this channel, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Please make sure that you like this video, all of that. Give me 1 second. Hit the bell notifications, hit all notifications, so you have my videos in your possession each and every time. So I'm sure that you've seen the title of this video. We're going to be discussing today. Dad in Georgia, he ended up killing his baby. It was in the middle of an Amber Alert. I'm assuming that he took the mother out and then kidnapped the baby. The family then put out an Amber Alert. And I believe during the time the baby was on an Amber Alert, I don't know if that's when the father contacted 911 and told him he was going to kill himself. But yeah, definitely went down. I just think this is a sad story. If you know, like the other day, I just did another story on a dad taking the mom out and taking himself out as well. So I'm telling you guys, like, this is, yo, hold on a second. No, thank you. This is trending. So yeah, please make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Barbara said, this violence against women and children by the hands of men has reached an all-time high. I agree with you. And it's like the stories are pouring out daily. You know what I mean? Let's bring this up real quick and let's get into this story. Just 1 second. I'm gonna pause the music once the video plays on this page. But I wanted to show that to y'all. So shout out to my cousin. She actually reposted this on her page because this happened in her area. She said she's seen an Amber Alert and didn't know that this was the way that it was going to, the way that it turned out. So she had posted it tonight, and this is how I ended up seeing it. So let's see. Let me bring this in closer. Hey, LeRon, it's scary to raise children at this point, I'm telling you. And the fact that men can kill their own flesh and blood shows that they have no general regard. Yes, no general regard. So listen, I want to read the story to y'all to see what y'all feel about it. So father kills baby at the center of an Amber Alert. Child's mother then, father kills baby at the center of an Amber Alert. Child's mother and then himself, authorities say. Hold on. Let me put this blunt out because I don't even feel like I could really smoke during this. I need to read. So let me put this blunt out and then let me dive in. So yeah, so he also shot the baby's grandmother multiple times. A sergeant with the Newton County Sheriff's Office says. So before he left the scene where he killed the mother, he also shot the baby's grandmother multiple times. If you notice, this has also been happening. There was a case in Virginia where this guy, this girl was trying to break up with him, and he approached her with multiple women that she was with and her family and friends, and he killed all of them. So, ladies, be careful out there. This shit, I don't know what's going on. And I said this in the other video that I did on Martella Tyler. Yo, you get with these people and sometimes you could break up with a person that's like, okay, we amicably split or, it's over. But some people truly don't know how to proceed after life, especially if you taking care of them, potentially giving them benefits of like a mother raised them and did certain things. It's like they don't know how to leave that alone. So you just need to be careful. When you first meet a person, don't bring them to your home. Don't let people get familiarized to where you be at and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's so much. And I know that people think that it's a mind game, but yo, I don't know. How do you escape some things, right? And then lastly, I said yesterday in my video, which is true, some ladies get attached and they meet men and they don't even know how to get rid of them. They don't feel like they know how to get rid of people. A lot of y'all, I don't know if it's the lack of backbone or whatever. I don't think at this point, pointing the finger changes anything, but I do think it is something to consider. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. Let me pause this music real quick. Let me pause the music real quick so then we could play this. Let's see.
The attorneys at Montlick & Associates believe in the power of...
Yeah, let's let that rock through. And then we're going to turn it back up. Yeah, please make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications. Also support the channel. You can always super chat. You can always Cash App as well, which is in the description of this video. I'm just waiting for this to pass and I'm going to turn it up. Yeah. So companies that care, Atlanta. See, yep, my cousin lives in Atlanta. She lives out, hold on.
Top story tonight, the search for a young girl coming to a heartbreaking, devastating end. The girl has been killed along with her mother, and her grandmother is fighting to stay alive as we speak.
Lord.
The kidnapper, the girl's father, took his own life. 11 Alive's Karis Belger has been on this story all day. She breaks down what happened.
A community in shock as they mourn one of their own.
Now to see this happen right next door.
I'm gonna tell you something. Typically, houses like that, like in New York, like, so I take it that people who live in that area, maybe, they're homeowners and they, whatever. But it's like you don't expect stuff like that to happen in places that look decent. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let me just proceed. I don't want to cut it off.
Fred McClurkin says his street in Covington was quiet and calm, which is why he and his wife never expected for their neighbor to be shot and her daughter killed.
I went and woke my husband up. I was like, Fred, there's something going on at Peggy's house. Get up, get up, get up. So we called.
Peggy is the older lady, their grandmother they're talking about. That's who Peggy is.
We come outside, and 5 minutes after we come outside, they brought out 2 gurneys.
According to the Newton County Sheriff's Office, 38-year-old Darian Bennett kidnapped his 1-year-old daughter, Jaquari Bennett, from this home just after 11 p.m. Saturday. Before leaving, they say he shot 2 people inside, killing the child's mother and critically injuring her grandmother.
I just cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. It's just, and now the baby is dead. Those 2 kids that lost their mother and their sister. It's just.
And that's exactly how I be feeling each and every time I be hearing these stories. Like, you know what I'm saying? Real talk. It's like, ladies, I don't know. I can't dump it all on you because I know sometimes you might not have the wits all to see, but everybody who approaches you is not good. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to weed people out. You don't want some people to be attached to you. It's like, you can't. And it's like, what causes something like that? What makes a person tick like that? I know that can't possibly be blamed all on the lady, though. You can't just blame them, be like, ladies, whatever, right? Because people have a good time at manipulating and showing different sides of themselves when they first meet you, and they have a good, chance of doing that. I just don't, you know what? I can honestly say, I can't really say that I'm clueless, right? Because I feel like there's so many different ways to see red flags and different things with people and shit like that, right? I just think shit, just be in tune. I don't know what could have prevented this, but I do believe typically there is some sort of sign, but it's just all about if you can see it or not. I don't even want to point the finger or anything like that, but I just feel like this is happening frequently. Like, what is going on, man? He did this when she was at home with the grandmother. Oh, man, this is horrible. And then the thing about it is, like, what tops the cake? It's like, I try to work myself through it psychologically as to why do people do what they do. Do you think that he killed the baby too? That's like even chilling to even say. Do you think that he did that to the baby too because he didn't want the baby to grow up without both of them? What was the reason that he did that? Why did he take himself out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why? I feel like it's a lot of selfish people. Be careful of the selfish people who are around you. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the type of people, if you can't be with nobody or friends with nobody, if you can't be friends with them, you can't be friends with nobody. And they kind of don't like you being friends with other people and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all have our favorite people who we close to, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, if people get like crazy with it, some people, y'all be just really like honing in on like, oh, that nigga crazy. And y'all be trying to glorify that shit like that nigga crazy about you. Yeah, that nigga is crazy and will hurt you. I don't know, man. What makes, and listen, typically a man is stronger than a woman. What makes it get to a point where a man has to kill a woman? It's much like she was just wanted to move on, ain't want nothing to do with you, just wanted you to be a dad. Clearly he was in her possession, like, and around her. So maybe she just didn't want anything to do with him no more. He came and got the baby. I don't know. Maybe she was trying to keep him away from the baby. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I know that they be trying to say the flip side is, it's like, yo, let me tell you this. They be trying to say the flip side of this is, yo, You don't understand what the woman put the man through. No, there's absolutely no reason that you needed a gun to defend yourself with the mother and the grandmother. That's mental illness right there. And y'all try to point it so much to be real nigga shit. It's not. You did not have to do that to two ladies. You did not have to do that. Like treat them like some, like they were some robbers or some shit like that. They wouldn't have done that to him. Like, what is it? What's the flip side to it? That he took their gun, they was trying to get at him, and he took their gun and did that? I don't believe that. I don't think that he needed to do that to two ladies. And I feel like you wanted to hurt somebody's family by doing that. I always try to think of the deeper reason of why people do the things that they do. Like even the last person, when he killed his wife and then he tried to kill his daughter, and then he started burning the house down and killed himself. So it's like, she was a real estate agent. Was the significance of him burning the house down was just like, fuck you and your businesses and your houses? It's like, what was that for? Why did he do that? You got to be careful who you're around. People slipping like that. You know what I'm saying? She was married to him since like 2013 or 2009, not 13. I don't know. That shit's scary. But anyway, let's continue.
Crazy.
Investigators say Bennett called the Riverdale Police Department early Sunday morning, saying he was going to kill himself. The call was eventually traced to a vehicle 40 miles away in Riverdale. It was there police...
Be blessed, honestly. If y'all know we might be around some crazy people in our life who might hustle, and shit. I don't even think there's no space for people who touch children and stuff like that. Me personally, I don't think it is. But I know that we've been around stuff, but thank God you've never been around somebody who's, and a lot of y'all, I'm pretty sure people hearing this have been around shit where I've been around situations where people have died for stupid reasons. Like, yeah, let me tell you something that I know is real for real. And I experienced at a young age. This girl in my area, she was getting into some shit with some boy at a party. She called her brother up to come to the party because she said the boy was bothering her, and her brother came there and got stabbed, and he died at that party. So how you think she owned that for the rest of her life? Everybody in our school was looking at her like she's the one who called her brother. Everybody was. And yeah. So, you got to be careful with stuff, and you got to be, and that's why my brothers, we used to have this rule, and that's why I love my brothers. I feel like this is emotional intelligence too. Like my brothers be like, yo, you can handle yourself. Like, don't call me unless you need to. Like, unless you need me, don't, you know what I'm saying? You already know. Don't even hit me unless you need to, unless it's that real. You should be able to hold yourself down. But like, listen, man, this shit is just fucked up. Like, it's just some savages in this world, and I don't know what's causing it. I don't know if it's the music. I don't know if it's the mansphere on YouTube, and this shit is starting to become a trend. And like, is this trendy? Do you guys think that this is starting to become a trend? Like, what the hell is going on? The fact that men have the balls to harm and take away a loved one's life but won't face consequences of punk. Why'd you take the baby away, though? That poor, precious, little, beautiful girl. Why did she deserve that? I just don't understand the psychology behind it. So you have to just automatically it's twisted. I don't understand it, man. Did the baby not deserve to live because the mom wasn't here no more and he didn't want the baby to have to go through it? But that's pain in itself. What type of pain do you think that baby experienced by you killing the baby? What type of hurt do you think that baby felt? Like, what? That was the most pain the baby, like, what traumatic? Come on. What did he do? How did he kill the baby? Did he kill the baby? Did he shoot the baby in the head? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's sick.
Found the bodies nearby of Darian and Jaquari Bennett.
Ooh.
Sergeant Jack Redlinger with the Newton County Sheriff's Office says it's believed Darian killed Jaquari before turning the gun on himself.
This could happen to anybody, and of course, domestic situations are probably the worst.
Family and friends stopped by the home throughout the day, some paying respect.
He didn't seem like he had any fucking care. Talking about this could happen to anybody. Bitch, it ain't just happen to anybody. It just happened to them.
While others, like the McClurkins, try to grapple with what happened.
That's fucked up.
Orcam Read
Hold
for
on.
people with reading difficulties.
Let's get that off. I think that's done. I don't think it's a ad. I think it's over. But yo, I'm gonna read the article because I didn't read the article yet. But I think it is done. I'm just gonna wait before I click it off the screen. But man, listen, ladies, be careful. Be careful. Be careful who you get with, man. Because yo, like, not for nothing, you want somebody, like, I ain't trying to be funny on some shit, but you kind of want somebody who's good on their own. And understand what I mean. Like, I asked my coworker this serious question and she thought that I was playing. I asked her, I said, if your boyfriend was to leave you right now, would you be okay? And she said no. And to me, that's scary. That's scary. And you want to know why it's scary? She said she wouldn't be okay. Financially, she wouldn't be okay to make it on her own. That's one thing. And then number two, yeah, that's just a little bit too much power. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a little bit too much power. You low key, I'm telling you, I feel like this is the way that you get a person that you have even playing fields with. You want somebody who has something going on for themselves so that they not just, they could still be into you, baby, all of that shit, but you kind of want somebody who, like, extra dedicated to their family. I'm telling you, family values, family ties matter. When a person love their family and shit like that, they have something to lose. They ain't trying to lose that. I ain't talking about a person who got this dysfunctional ass shit going on. I ain't saying that they can't love you right, but I say that you should be a little wary of it. But yeah, just, and that's why I'm telling you, that's why so many ladies who come up with, say they have a dysfunctional family, they make sure when they get that man, when they get older, that they get a man who's rooted in family. He loves his mom. Like, I'm telling you, you see it. And then those be the women who kind of forget about their main family because they don't, they kind of got adapted to his shit because that's what they've been kind of yearning for. Say you ain't never seen no shit like that. Say you ain't never been around some other families other outside of your family. Like, oh shit, they do stuff this way, this and that. Like, I know how people do it because, yeah, I know how it is. Hold on a second. All right, let me get this off the screen. All right, so I want to read. I wonder if those was those Reeboks, those felines that my brother had when we was younger. So guys, tell me again. I want to read this title again, and I want to ask you a question. Father kills baby at the center of Amber Alert. Child's mother then himself, authorities say. He also shot the baby's grandmother multiple times, a sergeant with the Newton County Sheriff Officer said. What was the reason that he had to shoot the grandmother? Two, what was the reason why he had to kill the baby? Why he had to kill the baby mother? I'm telling you, the baby, this is what I'm trying to tell you, ladies, and I'm trying to tell you I do care about, and I honestly feel bad for y'all because some of y'all get attached to niggas that you can't get away from. And the best and only thing that you can do is really move away out of state. And if you got to do that sometimes to save your life, I would rather you do that than ending up in a body bag. If you know that a nigga is not going to have you fucking with somebody else being around, he's just going to do it. You're just going to have to make that move. You just might have to. And if he fights you for the child, it's hard. Like, it's hard, right? I'm gonna even be honest with you and break this down, and you might be mad, right? If you got a person who wants to fight you for their child, but they're a good father, fight for your motherfucking child. Get that shit broken up. Maybe you will keep them 6 months out of the year. At least it frees you up and lets you do things like make money and make sure that when the baby comes back, you'll do it. You should have an equal. And then you can't say that you're a single mother. You could have your baby 6 months or whatever. If you got a good dad, if you got a toxic father, drug abuser, doing all that shit, and he gets the baby, then I'm worried. But if a motherfucker is fighting you to have your kid, I know you might think that this sounds fucked up, and I'm just being real with you. If a nigga is fighting you to keep his kids and be or whatever, you should really question yourself. Why is there even a fight? He's a good father. Let him have the fucking kids. Let him split the time up however he wanted. So if he don't want to pay child support, now if you're rooting on his child support to be your only source of income, you know that that's fucked up. But if a nigga is fighting you and you know that he's a good dad, don't fight him. But if he fights you and he wins, then just deal with it. It's a difference. I think it's okay for a child to be with their dad. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times girls feel more protected when they with their father and shit like that. To be honest, little girls love their mom, but they feel more protected and more comfortable when they go outside and they be out and just maneuvering. They feel better when they with their dad. They do. They like to be out with their mom, no. But come on, who don't like feel more comfortable when they with their father? But I did see some fucked up shit where a guy ran on his daughter when she was with a pit bull. That was a little crazy. But we ain't talking about that. So listen, father kills baby, whatever. We read that already. So a missing 1-year-old girl who authorities say issued a statewide Amber Alert for after she was kidnapped by her father was shot to death Sunday morning behind a church. investigators say. The Newton County Sheriff's Office said 38-year-old Darian Bennett shot and killed his baby's mother before taking their daughter Jaquari Bennett Saturday night in Covington. And again, I told y'all, my cousin said that she heard about this on her phone from the Amber Alert, and she didn't know that this was the way that it was going to end up. So Sergeant Jack Redlinger says that he received a 911 call about 11:14 p.m. on Saturday to a home on Chandler Drive in Covington. When they arrived, they located the mother, identified as 38-year-old Keyshawn Washington, shot dead, and the grandmother with multiple gunshot wounds. The grandmother was transported to the Atlanta Medical Center and is in critical condition. I hope she make it through. Poor lady, you know, oh my Lord. 38 years old, man. The grandmother was able to tell the deputies that baby girl was taken by Darian Bennett after he shot them. Traumatic. Why these kids going through this trauma like that? Oh man, the mother's two older children. So listen to this. So it was two older children there. The mother's two older children, aged 11 and 12, were at home when the initial shooting occurred. They are not related to Darian Bennett. Law enforcement said Bennett killed himself Sunday after calling 911 to let the officers know that he was near a church in Riverdale and that he was going to kill his daughters. He was going to kill his daughter, the authorities said. Riverdale police responded to Sunday's incident and said that they heard the shots as they arrived. They was heavy police presence at the location of Adams Drive near Riverdale Road in Clayton County. Police investigating near the area where the car where the father and his baby were found deceased in the murder-suicide. This murder-suicide is so selfish. It's so fucked up. If you have any information, so yeah, that's it, man. Like, I just feel bad for the women who go through that. And it's like, I know a lot of times, like, people try to be like, oh, you don't know what a person or what they putting you through, whatever the case may be. What is a person doing to you to the point where you got to take them out of the existence and take the child out, take the grandmother out? Let's be honest, and let's posit something as if this even mattered. Say the girl cheated on him, right? Say she cheated on him, right? Is that worth taking her out, taking the grandmother out, taking the baby out, and also taking yourself out too? I'm not saying that you should have even beat her ass with your fist, right? Was that really worth? That's extreme to me, and that's scary. Like, yeah, because that baby, that mother, that grandmother, they didn't deserve that. Let's see. Just give me a second. Yeah, don't get mad at me, but many Black women are not in good mental state. Rise of Kevin Samuel showed me this. Damn. Let's see. Anytime a bitch showing the kind of behavior, no, bro, bitch need help. You're right, because if he's just good as you're right, because if he's just as good of a parent as the woman, then they should do joint custody, half and half. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Drika. You know how a lot of times, I'm going to be honest with you, growing up and having my mom be a single parent and my father living in the same city, even though my mother was full time, seeing how she had to take the brunt of the burden. If you got a guy who's really good and he really handles the shit and he got a safe place for your baby to be in, you've been in there and walking it. Listen, I'm one of these people. If you have a kid and your child is staying the night anywhere, I think that you should have walked in there physically and stood up in there and see how it was. I think that if your child is staying the night anywhere, you should be able to know what type of environment that was. You need to physically see where they're laying at. Yeah, we didn't stay anywhere that my mom didn't know about. I'm telling you, like, we just didn't. She just really didn't play that. If we wasn't with family, we just was at home, like, point blank. And once we got to the point where family wasn't keeping us, we were staying at home, and she was dead bolting the door. And then we got slick and started jumping out the windows and started doing shit like that. But yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. What is domestic discipline? And telling men they need to domestic discipline and telling men they need to do domestic discipline on women. I'm not sure how it works with American law, but in Canadian family law, parents can only settle a joint custody if they were previously married. So listen, what do you got to think about this? And what do you think about the rise of crime towards women, children? I think that when I constantly see stuff like this happen, it's like, why is this? It's like, is this feel like this is trending? People are these murder suicides. Do you? What is the thought process behind it? Do you not want this person to live on with somebody, outside of you? Are you really trying to hurt somebody? Because let me tell you something with this, right? A lot of people will do stuff like this, and then let me tell you, don't ever be a person like this, because what's going to happen is you're going to take yourself out, and life is going to go the fuck on. Let me tell you this, right? You thinking, oh, I'm going to hurt myself and it's going to hurt them, whatever. Them people going to grieve for a little while and they're going to go the fuck on, and your ass is going to take yourself out. Don't fucking kill yourself over nobody. Don't do that. Please don't do that to yourself over a person. It's not worth it. It ain't worth it. Because that's what you're going to do, is you're going to do it, and then they're going to grieve, and it's going to be over. It's just going to be like a sad thought. It's something that kind of like hurts when they think about it. They'll get over it, and they'll find ways to get around it mentally, and then you've already done this to yourself. So it's like, nah, I'm not ever going to do that, ever. I'm sorry. Like, let's see. I could say that firmly. No. Let's see. So listen, y'all, I really want to know what you thought about this story. Why do you think this dad did this to this beautiful baby girl? Did it to the mother? The grandmother is holding on. Let me see if there's any update in Google with this story. Let's see. Let me see if there's any update. Let me throw this back on. Let me go to Google. Yo. All right, so let me see. What was the baby name? Again, Jaquari. Yeah, Jaquari Bennett. Let me see if it's any updated. Okay, this was from 8 hours ago from CNN. Yeah. Why these cowards so sour? Why they y'all here acting like with the power? They on the powder. I don't know, man. All right, so this was CNN. Let me see if there's anything updated. I don't think this was anything different. A man fatally shot his infant daughter before killing himself in Georgia on Sunday morning after kidnapping a baby from her mother, according to police. Darian Bennett also shot his baby's mother and injured the baby's grandmother by gunfire at their home in Covington on Saturday night. Sergeant Jack Redlinger from the Newton Sheriff's Office told CNN the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, GBI, identified the infant as Jaquari Bennett. Authorities have not yet identified the baby's mother or grandmother. Covington's police received a 911 call shortly before 11:30 on Saturday about an individual who was shot in the area, Redlinger said, and officers encountered two unidentified juveniles ages 11 and 12 once they arrived to the location. When the officers entered the home, they found a woman's deceased body and an older woman with multiple gunshot wounds. The older woman was taken to the Atlanta Medical Center by helicopter in critical condition, Redlinger said. The two women were found at the Covington home were later identified as Jaquari's mother and grandmother, according to Redlinger. Darian Bennett was the one shot the baby mother and the baby. Shot the baby's mother and took the baby with him and left the scene, he added. The Amber Alert was issued by the GBI on behalf of the Newton County Sheriff's Office for missing toddler. On Sunday morning, Riverdale police received a call from a man saying that he was taking his own life. He's going to take his own life. Officers were able to track the call to where it came from and located a vehicle in a parking lot of a church and began searching the man and heard the gunshots coming from the church, he added. Officers went to search gazebo area of the church in Riverdale, Rithinger, and found the man, later identified as Bennett and Jaquari, both deceased from gunshot wounds. Lord, man, that shit's crazy. The GBI confirmed deaths of Bennett and Jaquari in a post on their Facebook page. Yeah, man. That's sick. Like what could make a person, what would cause a person to snap like that and just do some shit like that? Yeah, it definitely pissed me off too. Why leave the body? He looks dangerous and been in jail before. The only picture they got in a mugshot. Yeah. So listen, I just wanted to come and chit chat in regards to this story. I thought this messed up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video. Man, I would just say this. Wait, let me cut this music off because, well, I don't got to cut it off just to have a serious conversation. But look, I want to say this, ladies. Ladies, you got to just be careful, right? And I know it's like, I don't like to be preachy and make it seem like I'm trying to tell somebody to do something, but be very careful, right? Say you do break up with a person, right? Make sure that you give yourself time to breathe and shit like that, and make sure that, because people watch shit and do certain shit. Like, say you break up with somebody, they're gonna wonder why you really broke up with them, and they might be watching you, and they might see if you bringing somebody over. If you noticed in the news, this has happened frequently with people breaking up and they watching the person that they with, seeing if they bringing somebody in, they bring somebody in. I'm not saying that that's what happened to the rapper Trouble, but I feel like it was something almost like that. Like her man was watching that crib or something like that. Anyway, I'm just saying, I heard about a story that happened like that here in Houston 2 times. A woman broke up with her boyfriend and tried to creep up with another guy so quick. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to tell you that you got to wait 3 months or 10 months, but I think you should be careful. You know what I'm saying? Be very careful. Also, learn how to play psychological games. If you know that somebody, you feel that they're crazy and it's going to take you a little time to get away from them, be easy. Keep it easy on them. Don't even cause no rifts, no nothing. You know, some people really have issues. You got to do what you got to do till you able to get away from this person. Like, make shit sweet for them. Don't try to cause no stirs. I don't know. I just don't know. Like, if you value your life, try to play a game till you could play. I don't know. You're going to have to do something till you able to get away from this person, because as you see, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down. And you might not be around. Yeah, it's going down. So listen, this is your boy LaRon, Female Rapper League. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave your comments below, and I'm about to head. Peace.